What's happening, guys? Austin More Skills Gaming, and today we're going to go over all the pals that we know thus far. There are 52 as I'm recording this video, and yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so first up we have Foxparks, and Foxparks, I gotta say, looks absolutely adorable. I'm definitely getting some Vulpix vibes right here. Obviously, it is a fire element, and fire element pals are used for cooking your food and I guess starting campfires. Up next we have Univolt, and Univolt is a electric element. I gotta say, it kind of looks like either a unicorn or a horse. I'm gonna assume it's probably a unicorn because it has, you know, uni in its name. And electric pals are used for generating electricity and starting up generators. As you can see right there, it looks to be he is getting ready to give that generator some power. Up next we have Relaxasaurus, and I gotta say, he looks pretty cool. It seems to be a dragon type with maybe a dragon and water element, probably the two combined, I'm assuming. He looks like a big lovable dinosaur. I really want like a plush of Relaxasaurus. That would be super cool. Also too, Rexasaurus is a rideable mount. I have seen him as a mount in one of the videos. Up next we have Jolthog, and it definitely seems like a little electric hedgehog right here. I wonder if Jolthog and Univolt are going to be related to one another. I don't know if there's any evolutions in the game or not, but yeah, they probably wouldn't evolve just because a hedgehog, like why would a hedgehog evolve into a unicorn? It kind of really wouldn't make any sense. Now, Jolthog also has Burby bombs. I'm not too sure if I said that right or not, but when activated, Jolthog can use it as a grenade to throw at the enemies, and it kind of causes a lightning explosion, so pretty cool. Up next, we have Iny Ram. I'm not too sure if I said the name correct or not, but it definitely looks really cool. It is a fire element, fire and dark, I do believe. He has been seen repairing and constructing items, so maybe he's a pretty good crafter. I've also seen him do some fire spins in one of the videos, so he looks pretty cool. Up next we have Mamar Rest, and Mamar Rest is a elephant slash mammoth. He's either one of the two. I'm gonna assume it's a mammoth because it has mammoth in his name. But he can mine rocks, and he's also been seen as a mount, so you can ride him. Obviously a grass type element right here. Up next we have Lambball, and it definitely looks like a little fluff ball, that's for sure. There was a lot of people saying that this pal looks like Wooloo from Pokemon, and I can kind of see a little bit of similarities there. I've seen it do like this roll move, and it looks pretty cool. Up next we have Cattiva, and Cattiva is a cat pal, and Cattiva has been seen using fireballs, so maybe it can use some fire moves. It is a neutral element, so yeah. Kind of looks like a pink Meowth in a way. Maybe like if Meowth and like an imp kind of like got together and they had a baby. Up next we have Gorat. I think I said that correctly, but Gorat is a monkey. It could be a primate, but he looks really cool. In the video I watched, he was doing this, so I thought that was a really cool animation. Up next we have Anabis, and it definitely giving me some Lucario vibes right here. I'm assuming he's probably from Egypt. He looks like an Egyptian dog. He seems to be either a fighting element or a ground element. I have seen him do like this charge move, so I thought that was pretty sweet. Up next we have Dinosaur, and Dinosaur is a grass dragon element. I have seen Dinosaur being ridden on, so it is one of the pals that you can ride. I've also seen it do some fighting moves and like a tail whip, so definitely a really good looking pal. I love the art styles for like all these pals. I feel like they look better than some of the Pokemon actually. Up next we have Fidan, and Fidan was one of the first pals that we saw that you can use as a flying mount. So really cool. I'm assuming it's probably a dragon, maybe a water dragon. I think it's gonna be so cool flying across the open world. Like this game just looks so much visually better than like any Pokemon game. It's like so much visually better than Pokemon Arceus. But then again, you know, this is a game that's going on the Xbox Series X, you know, and PC, whereas Pokemon goes on the Switch, and obviously, you know, the hardware differences and such. So it's gonna be really cool. I'm so pumped for this game. So up next we have Gobfin. Now Gobfin is a water pal, though he could also be an electric as well. As you can see, there is some lightning bolts around the eyes, so it could be a water electric hybrid. Probably be a good pal to craft with, and maybe even water your plants as well. Up next we have Iketh Deer, or Iketh Deer. One of the two. But this pal right here, I gotta say, I really love the design of it. Now, from the information that I've gathered, the element is neutral. So, yeah, pretty cool. Up next, we have Grizz Bolt. Definitely give me Electabuzz vibes right here. We have seen this pal with a minigun tearing shit up, so really cool looking pal. Obviously, the element is electric. Up next, we have Lifmunk, and Lifmunk is a cute, cuddly little squirrel. The element is grass, and we have seen this pal with a submachine gun, so that's pretty cool. It's just a cute cuddly squirrel with a submachine gun. Like, what's there not to love? You can also mount this pal on your shoulder, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, the element is grass. Up next, we have Takataka, and it looks to be like a parrot. Like a parrot pal. We have seen this pal use like a self-destruct type of move in one of the trailers / videos. It was like coming up and it just like blew up all of a sudden. I'm going to assume the element is neutral. Up next we have Loop Moon, and I'm gonna say it's Loop just because if you drop the L and you put an S, it spells Soup Moon, so it's got to be Loop Moon, right? Now Loop Moon is a rabbit pal with a dark element. I'm assuming he'll be good for like mining resources. He might even be a good fighter. Up next we have Falworld. Falworld is a fire element, and you can ride on Falworld. I've seen it as like a flying mount in one of the videos, so it looks pretty cool. Definitely, I think it's one of the bosses that you face. But yeah, really cool pal. Up next, we have Robin Quill, and Robin Quill is a grass element. There seems to be like either a cape or wings. I'm not too sure what exactly that is on its back right there. It might be like a bird or a hawk. Up next, we have Gail Claw, and Gail Claw is a bald eagle pal with a neutral element, and I have seen Gail Claw be used as a hand glider in one of the videos, which is really, really cool. Up next, we have Pingit, and Pingit is obviously a penguin pal and looks to be a water type. We have seen this little penguin use a rocket launcher before. He looks like he's really, really enjoying himself over there at the factory. Up next, we have Dig Toys, which kind of looks like a hybrid between Bowser and maybe Blastoise. Now, Dig Toys is a ground element. One of his animations, he does like this little spin attack. Up next, we have Leaspunk. Leaspunk is a dark element pal. He has this thing called Sixth Sense, which basically what that does is it allows you to detect nearby dungeons. He also can do this one thing. Think of him as like a supervisor, right? So he can kind of like do this one thing where he directs other pals to like work under him, kind of like the supervisor. So pretty cool. Up next, we have Melpa. It appears to be a llama. It has a neutral element, and it can be used as a rideable mount. So how cool is that, being able to ride on a llama? Up next, we have Sparkit, and it kind of looks like Electabuzz and Pikachu kind of had a baby, but obviously it is a electric element used for powering up generators. So up next, we have Pyin. Appears to be a pyromaniac, but Pyin can be used for cooking your food. Obviously, it is a fire element, and you can ride on it as well, so pretty cool. All right, this one's really adorable. This pal's name is Tan Z, and obviously it is a grass element. Definitely looks like a little monkey. Kind of reminds me of like Apom, but like green and like, you know, grass element. But you can also mount this one on your shoulder. So how cool is that, having a little monkey on your shoulder? Now, since he is a grass type, there's a very good probability that he can plant seeds for you. Up next, we have Daydream, which is a really cool name for this pal. This pal is a dark type, and it has like this move where it can put other pals to sleep. So that's pretty cool. Up next, we have Moss Anda. It kind of seems like they put the word moss in like panda and like the same name, because it definitely looks like a panda. It is a grass element type. Moss Anda is also a rideable mount. Up next, we have Chicky Pie, and it looks to be they're using Chicky Pie for some chicken stew right here. It's been said that Chicky Pie is one of the weakest pals, so I guess the best use for it is probably for food, I'm assuming. But the element here is neutral. Up next, we have Nightwing, and Nightwing is a bird type of pal. I'm going to assume the element is probably neutral here, but since it is a bird, you can use it to fly around the map. You can also ride it too, so it's a ride and fly type of mount. So up next we have Depresso, and Depresso is a very interesting pal. The element here is dark, and it has this move called Caffeine Inoculation. And basically what that does is whenever you use that move, he chugs like these energy drinks and he starts running around like super fast for a limited amount of time. Up next, we have War Sect, which is a giant beetle, as you can see. But this is one of the alpha pals in the game, and the element here is grass and ground. I'm assuming this pal would be pretty good for gathering resources, maybe good for like breaking rocks and mining, but pretty cool pal nonetheless. Up next, we have Dazzy, and Dazzy is a electric element pal. It has like this move where it flies around and shoots lightning bolts, so pretty cool. Up next, we have Cog Neato. Almost sounds like incognito. But anyway, this is kind of like a bird pal. The element here is dark. And it has like this move where it can like teleport. So up next we have Floppy. Floppy is a grass element type of pal. And I've seen Floppy like fly around and like drop seeds as like grenades. So that's pretty cool. Up next, we have Airsock, and Airsock is a cool looking pal. It has like this move where it can spit fire, and it has like this charging horn attack move. It looks really cool. It's like a ram that's like on fire. So obviously the element here is flame. So up next we have Hanyo or Hanyo, but Hanyo has like these long arms as you can see right here. The element is ground, and I saw in one of the videos the character was holding onto the arms in the air, so I'm assuming it might be able to be used for as like a glider, so that's pretty cool. Up next we have King Paca, and I really like the design of this right here. I love how he just looks like a king, you know. He's got like this crown slash horns. He has like horns that are like crowns on his head, but King Paca is also a rideable mount. He also has this skill called King of Muscles, and that means he can help carry supplies. Basically, it just helps you carry more items. Up next, we have Mal. Mal is a Egyptian-looking cat. It is a dark element type, and I'm assuming you'll be able to find this adorable little kitty somewhere in the desert. Up next, we have Reptyro, and Reptyro is a flame ground type of pal. I'm assuming it's probably one of the alphas, because in the video I watched, it was freaking massive. And since it is a ground element, it's probably going to be used for like, you know, breaking rocks and stuff. It would be cool if you could ride on it, but I don't think it's a rideable mount just because of the flame on the back. Up next, we have Cybulix. It's definitely a ice element pal. I'm not too sure what type of animal slash insect it is. It might be an insect of some sorts. I'm assuming you can find this one somewhere in the winter biomes. Up next, we have Fangloop. I really like the look of this one. It kind of looks like he has like clouds around his neck, but this is also one of those rideable mounts. Some of the skills that he has is like this acid rain attack, and he also has an aqua blast. So I'm assuming the element's probably either water or neutral. It can also freeze itself, so maybe ice could be the element. Up next, we have Vixie, and Vixie is super cute and adorable. It kind of reminds me of Eevee. The element here is neutral. So up next we have Shadowbeak, and Shadowbeak is super cool. It is a dark element type of pal. It can shoot out like these dark lasers. This is also one of the alpha pals, and I have seen in a video the character was flying on Shadowbeak, so we know that it can be used as a flyable mount. So up next we have Serpent, and Serpent looks like a really huge eel. The element here is water, and I have seen it use like this bubble blast and like kind of like this hydro pump type of move. move. Supposedly this pal is supposed to be really fast in the water, so we'll have to wait and see. Up next we have Brun Cherry, and this is one of my favorite pals. I think Brun Cherry just looks so majestic and so gorgeous, but the element here is grass. And I've seen Brun Cherry use kind of like this grass beam. It looked really cool. And Brun Cherry is also rideable. Up next we have Lavender, and Lavender is a neutral element pal. I don't really know too much about this one, other than that Lavender really loves people. It's been said that Lavender is always searching for a partner to share a night of passion with, so you better watch out. So up next we have Jet Dragon, and I'm not too sure if there's legendary pals in this game, but if there is legendaries, maybe this could be one of the legendaries. I have seen this pal use kind of like this aerial missile attack. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Obviously the element here is dragon. Up next we have Elizabeth. Elizabeth is known as the Empress of the Hive. Definitely looks like the queen bee right there. Obviously the element here is grass. So up next we have Rayhound, and Rayhound is like this electric dog type of pal. It has this move called Shockwave, which could stun your opponent. And obviously, you know, the element is electric and it can be used to power up generators as well. Well, there you have it, guys. Those were the 52 pals that we know of thus far. I'm really excited for this game. If you want to see more of my content, then feel free to subscribe, like the video. I will be streaming this game and making more videos for it when it comes out. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I'll see you later.